What happens when a classic family-run business suddenly hits a digital wall? It's a challenge that, honestly, thousands of companies are wrestling with right now. So we're going to dive into the story of one company's journey through this critical turning point and see what we can all learn from it.
So, here's the big question. How does a company with a long and proud history of success actually survive in this digital age? For a business like Office Ausstattung GmbH, 35 years in the game, it's a question of total reinvention. And their story, believe me, holds lessons for anyone trying to navigate change today.
All right, so for 35 years, this company was the picture of stability. Profitable, solid, specializing in office furniture. I mean, it was built on a real legacy of success. But lately, things have started to grind to a halt. The old ways of doing things, they just aren't cutting it anymore.
And right at the heart of this whole story is this classic clash of generations. You've got the founder, Klaus, who built his entire empire on handshakes and total top-down control. And now, his son, Martin, is inheriting a company where the staff is unmotivated and the customers, well, they live online. It's the old world crashing head-on with the new, and the entire future of the business is hanging in the balance.
To really understand the path forward, we first have to take a look back. Let's dig into the founder's original formula, the very thing that made the company so successful, but now, ironically, threatens its very survival.
The business model was, pretty straightforward. They made all their own furniture, basically the same way they had for decades. Sales, that was all about the founder's personal network. And get this, in 35 years, they never even built a website or sold a single thing online. It was a completely analog operation.
And the management style? Oh, it was straight out of a 20th century business textbook. A super rigid, top-down process. You plan, you organize, you staff, you lead, and you control. Everything had to happen in this strict sequence, with almost zero room for flexibility or, creativity.
So the result of this management style was, well, pretty predictable. The company got carved up into these highly specialized departments that just didn't talk to each other. We call them silos. Information just trickled down slowly from the top, creating this heavy bureaucratic structure that was just incredibly resistant to change. And what was really at the root of all this control? It boils down to this: a fundamental mistrust of the employees. This wasn't just about being efficient. It was about making sure everything was dictated and watched from the top. And that is the culture that Martin has to completely overhaul.
Okay, so that was the world of yesterday. Now let's flip the script and turn to Martin's vision for the world of tomorrow, a complete reimagining of what this company could actually become.
See, Martin gets it. He knows the solution isn't just about buying some new machines or launching a website. It demands a totally new philosophy, what we call digital leadership. And this isn't a tech strategy, it's a people strategy. It's all about creating a culture where people feel empowered and can move quickly to handle the chaos of the modern market.
This really shows the shift perfectly. The old model was a pyramid, right? Command and control flowing from the very top. The new model, though, it's a network. It's about connected teams who are trusted and empowered to make decisions right there where they're closest to the customer. Big difference.
Okay, so a great vision is one thing, but how do you actually make it happen, right? This brings us to the path to change, a really practical three-part roadmap for turning this big digital vision into a reality.
So, the roadmap is broken down into three pretty logical stages. First, you have to analyze where you're starting from and create a super clear vision. Then, you begin the fundamental transformation of your business processes. And finally, you have to rebuild the entire organization to support this new way of working. It's a journey, for sure, not a single event.
Think about it. You can't draw a map to your destination if you don't even know where you are on the map to begin with. That's exactly why the first step is this deep, honest analysis of the company's digital maturity. Just a clear-eyed look at where they truly stand.
And this isn't just some quick checkup. The analysis dives into 8 different dimensions of the business. It looks at everything from the high-level strategy and leadership all the way down to the company's culture, the skills of its people, and, yeah, of course, the technology it's using. It's a full 360-degree review.
So, once you know where you are, it's time for stage 2. The transformation itself. Now, this requires a pretty unique skill. The ability to manage your existing business, while at the same time, you're building your new one. It's kind of like using both hands at once. There's a concept for it called ambidexterity.
So, on one hand, you've got what's called exploitation. That's just making your current business better and more efficient. But on the other hand, you have exploration. And that's all about inventing the future by researching new digital products and services. A successful transformation needs this delicate balance between improving what you have and building what's next.
And that brings us to the final, and honestly the most difficult step of all, rebuilding the organization itself. And we're not talking about just tweaking a few processes here. This is about fundamentally changing the company's DNA.
This is what that change actually looks like. It means going from those rigid hierarchies to flexible, networked teams, from central control to delegated responsibility. But maybe most importantly, it's about shifting from a culture that's terrified of failure to one that actually embraces it as a vital part of innovation.
So after all this, what's the real lesson from this whole journey? Well, as we're about to see, the real key to transformation, it lies somewhere much deeper than just the technology.
6. So what does this number represent? It's not about profits. It's not about software. It's about the essential building blocks that truly make an organization ready for the digital future.
There are 6 pillars that hold up a truly digital organization. And I want you to notice something. Technology is only one of them. The real foundations are all about people. Having the right structures, a modern approach to HR, a clear leadership strategy, a strong culture of communication, and those agile workflows that let teams adapt and innovate on the fly. And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. True digital transformation is not an IT project. You can't just buy your way into the future. It is a profoundly human challenge. It's about fundamentally changing how people think, how they lead, and how they work together.
The story of this one company shows us the path. But now, the real question isn't for them. It's for you. Take a look at your own organization, at its culture, its leadership, and how people work together. Is it built for the past, or is it truly ready for the future?